Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. Skipped Easter service. Instead sat at home and jerked off. My family all went to Easter Day service at my local church. And I sat at home and had a great time. Jerking off. No regrets. End of story. Next story. I touched my Carter Euro's paws last night. Buckle up. When I adopted my cat, she came to me declawed. I think that issue, coupled with the fact that she is a cat, makes her not like her paws to be touched. Last night, I had trouble sleeping. Whenever she hears me awake, she comes into my room, lays on my chest, and does soft kneads on my neck, further tempting me with the soft paws. I normally lay there and respect their forbidden touch status, but the proximity of them this time was just too much to bear. I took a risk. A big risk. With both of my index fingers on both of her paws. At the same time, I stroked those paws. And guess what? She let me. I was in absolute shock after the first stroke. Unbelievably thrilled after the second stroke. Became mildly terrified and confused after the third stroke. And stopped. I don't know why she let me. I don't know why I tried. I will be chasing this high for the rest of my life. End of story. Next story. I'm about to start a huge petty as hell parking war with my neighbor. I know this is petty as hell, guys. But hear me out. There are 2 free unmarked parking spots directly outside my house. I rent and have no driveway. My neighbor has a huge driveway and owns 4 cars and 1 van. Every single day, he parks 1 car across both free spots, so that when the van comes back in the evening, he moves his car and parks the van in the second space. So basically nobody can ever use the second space. Now I've been living here for 2 years and don't own a car. So it has no directly affected me. But I see what he is doing every day and it really pisses me off. Anyway, so last week I actually bought a car. I was planning to for a while. And today, I looked out my window and for the first time, both spaces were free. So guess what I did? I parked across both spots. Exactly like he does. And I'm gonna leave that car there for a solid fucking month. He doesn't eat mine. I got nowhere to be. Take public transport. I'm used to it anyway. No biggie. Eat on. Update 1. Well folks, guess who has 4 cars and 1 van crammed into his own driveway for the first time ever? Lol. Update 2. So I took the car for a 1 a.m. spin last night and I didn't loose the spot. I have parked it in a slightly different position. Still blocking both spots though just to fuck with him. Update 3. Day 7 and the car is still firmly holding both spaces. Glimpsed my neighbor once so far. Just standing in his garden looking towards my car. He still has no idea mine. Update 4. Day 10. And I am surprisingly at peace with the position of my car. I guess I have really realized. Just like there was nothing I could do about him doing this for 2 years. There really is equally absolutely nothing he can do about it either. Ha. Update 5. Guys, I have some tragic news. I am devastated to report that yesterday my friend had an emergency in which she needed the assistance of a car for a few hours. And unfortunately I had to swallow my pride and break my parking queue at 13 days. On my return, I of course found my old friend happily parked across the 2 spots again. But comrades, take comfort in the fact that I can assure you that this is not over. In time, That spot will be mine again. Thank you all for your support during this difficult time. Update 6. Guess who managed to nab my neighbor's favorite parking space again? Way a back on. For round 2 of Parking Wars, folks. Buckle up. End of story. Next story. I got my first paycheck today in 6 years from a full-time job. And finally didn't see a minus next to my bank balance. I served in the Middle East in the military. And unfortunately was injured. In addition to developing complex PTSD from several operations I was part of. I suppressed everything for 4 years afterward. Until it broke out completely and my life was in complete shambles. I have been perpetually thousands in debt for over 2 years now. It has been one of the most psychologically torturous and traumatizing periods in my life, having to fight just to pay bills and keep my head above water. All the while my symptoms getting steadily worse. I barely slept. And barely functioned. I nearly dropped out of school. In my last semester. But I decided to get myself in treatment. And start tackling the demons that had dragged me down time and again. It sucked. I broke down in the doctor's office and I broke down in the street before and after most sessions. I was approved for a medical cannabis license. Here it is extremely difficult to obtain. And it turned my life around. I was able to start taking part-time jobs. And start getting out of my house and functioning. I eventually got to a part-time job that I really enjoyed and worked my ass off to keep. Because my symptoms flaring up for a period of time had cost me several others. In July, I got an offer from the company to be a full-time employee. And I got my first paycheck into my account today. I used my credit card for the first time in months. And even though I knew I wasn't in debt after so long, I was terrified it would be declined. But it wasn't. I got to buy myself an early birthday present. This is one of the best days of my life in years and I really don't have many people to share it with. So for whoever read my story, I appreciate it. Have a blessed weekend. I condensed a great deal of the story and I'm sure there are holes, so I'm happy to answer questions. If anyone has. Edit. I got a few hours sleep last night and got to see these messages when I woke up and I can't thank you all enough. This put such a big shit-eating grin on my face to see your words and support. It means the world. End of story. Next story. I lied about the date of my abortion to stop the biological father's family harassing me. My abortion isn't for a couple of days yet, but the bio father and his toxic family have been getting their friends and church people. I don't know what the collective term for people who go to their church is, lol. To send me messages harassing me to try and convince me to continue with the pregnancy and give the bio father's mother the baby. I'm not putting my body through hell just to give these horrible people the baby, and I also do not care about their opinions, so I eventually just told them I'd already had the abortion and the harassment pretty much ended. Still get a couple of, "you'll burn in hell," and things, lol. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.